one, and about to start our fourth stream in a row here. Two stream debuts, in fact, coming in from Arsenic and Rebrand. So excited to have these two teams in Silver Division get the chance to get on stream and get casted as they all surround the disc. This is frightening. That said, on the cast, I'm Palador, and joining me for this final one is also Nightfire. How you doing, Night? And yeah, what's going on?
Hey, I'm excited to tune in for the final match of the night. It's been a pretty good bit of games I've been tuning in, managing to catch a couple of the rounds. But I'm excited to watch this series and see how it shakes up. It's always good to kind of tune in to these silver, gold, even bronze tier matchups just to see where the skill level is across the league. You know, kind of get an idea of where everyone really lies, and I'm interested to see what kind of plays we're gonna get today. What kind of attacks on the goal we're gonna see? Are we gonna see good passes? Are we gonna see that stack usage? It's the excitement of the unknown, I suppose, Pally.
Yeah, absolutely. Saw some of these players here in the Twitch chat as well talking about it, mentioning. Scroll up here and just catch who it was too. Mentioning that they, it was a switch. Just saying that they only formed, you know, a month ago or so, and coming into the game, and you know, a lot of new teams, new players. It's been growing just about every week, it seems. I mean, there's like 1 week this season in the middle of it where we didn't get new team or like a bunch more teams, and I thought, okay, maybe now we're stabilized, and then no, the next week a bunch more rejoined again, and so we continue to.
God damn, why is it lagging so bad?
And that's been the case of this last 15 months now.
It's pretty nuts. It's really across the VRML. I'm seeing it in a lot of the individual Discord channels. It just seems to be a consistent influx of new players constantly coming in every day. It's great to see, you know, and again, I'm excited to see what we get out of both of these teams. You know, get both not been casted before, and so as we dive into this round one joust, see what we get.
All right, so here we go. First possession off the joust, at the very least, was tapped by Arsenic, running with that roster of Schnaz, Snek, Khan, and Mr. Marcus. Also have Nanotron and Glub on the roster, not playing currently.
Nice, Geo, nice.
Over on the other end of
Pass it right to him, though.
things, we have Rebrand, running with Hobo, Toasty Beans. Geo's not a furry, and Mix Z as they try to mix it up here into the defense. Con,
pressure,
shot, but
nice.
Snagged by Hobo.
Nice one, Hobo. Hey, man's got a broken controller, too. Fuck, please don't tell me it just lagged.
Just a great sequence there, a solid bit of defense to prevent the initial attack, and then a great rebound off that attempted clear where they then set up
nice
another
one,
attack.
Woo!
Save there by Hobo to now
Alright, Mix, watch out.
eventually result in
Toasty
potentially this clear coming in from the likes of Rebrand, but they're having a tough time getting it out of their zone as the disc floats into the hands of Arsenic. Khan trying to pass it up. That pass goes just a touch wide. Hobo dives out of goal, and they're able to get this rebound.
Shit, Toasty, let go. Toasty
Beans getting there as well. Snack and Mr. Marcus for Arsenic trying to pile up
Hobo with the broken controller.
on it. Toasty Beans looking for that clear. Also, shout out.
Dude, please, you
Atlas VR and and 015A. Also on the roster here, just for Rebrand. And will be Snack with a pass over to Khan, but that was well covered by Mix, just on the dive, and that will be Hobo
nice,
with a clear,
nice, Hobo.
Looking for maybe some points, still scoreless yet, and you know these teams warming up into the mix.
Nice, that's all you, Toasty.
That's all you,
no,
it's gonna be stun, steal,
that's all you, go, Gio, go.
Back again to the top of the bubble.
Come on, fuck him up, Gio.
Just on top of the bubble, that great stun there almost gets them possession inside the zone of Arsenic, but Arsenic doing a good job to defend and clear it out of their zone.
Shit,
through the
Hobo, watch out, you're red.
This does float at the bottom half there. A bit of a panicked pass, floats a bit wide, but is ultimately scooped up by Mix, cleared down, and now maybe the attack can get set up from the likes of Rebrand if they can get this clear down range. The stack's right on top of it, it is scooped up and then re-cleared by the likes of Arsenic, though. The back and forth ensuing here.
Yeah, and up top of gonna be picked up Hobo
Red.
looking for a
Nice.
clear through 3 different defenders all diving on, so managed to squeeze that
Watch
by.
out, okay.
Of course, the tough thing
Watch
here is
out.
those defenders, if they
Fuck.
can't get back fast, it might have a 3 go against them. Of course, Schnoz with some
Go
stuns
mix, go
right on the
mix.
Schnoz, I guess, to at least delay
Go for
the
passes.
offense
He's
from
gonna
moving
go
up the
to
floor.
Toasty, isn't he?
As
Yep.
Rebrand will still
That's
get it back.
Gio.
They're going to pass
Fuck.
it off.
Yeah,
And
that's
will
Gio.
just be sailed out there. Midfielder might
Getting
have a
Gio lucky.
rebound arriving at the same time. Now past both of them. Both midfielders kind of eyeing each other as it continues to go
Alright.
into the blue.
Fuck him up, Mix, you tubby bastard.
Nick's able to get up here and be a little bit of
Get
a
back in
threat.
net.
They have
Nice,
someone in
Gio.
goal as well, so defense is positioned.
Hobo, Gio,
Hobo's
switch out. He's
reinforced.
gonna pass
been
shoulder.
there.
Yep.
A solid goalie.
Is he gonna pass?
Inside,
Hey.
as I
Fuck.
say, that Schnoz finds himself an angle and threads it in for the first point of the series of round 1. I think it took, roughly 3 minutes to get that one in.
Yeah, it took a few, but now cap is broken and into the rhythm of it. Both these teams, I mean, you can see they're
Well,
flying up and down the
boys.
floor. They're
Nice.
on top of these stacks
Okay.
and these brawls. I mean, definitely lack of scores
Shit.
isn't for a lack of physicality and effort here because they are really
Watch out.
playing aggressively. You can see it again there. I mean, just everyone in the midfield brawling, stunning, and leeching to get their speed into the other end where it's recovered by Khan, who might be able to do it
Shit.
once again. Oh, with a spin, but knocked out the last
nice
second,
Hobo, nice
slapped out,
Hobo.
and that was intense. But back to a rebound here from Sneck.
Okay,
Hobo
go,
dove
go.
out there and tried to get
Hobo, that was
disc.
sick, dude.
It did get that disc, did disrupt the jukes that were coming in from Khan, but Khan's going to go in for attempt number 2 now.
Nice, get
4
him again,
defenders
boys.
on him, I think, are going to be able to
Alright, Gio,
slap
clear,
that
clear.
disc out of hand at the very
Oh,
least.
what?
As they do.
Gio?
Knockwork back,
Gio?
back into
Gio?
Khan. Hobo challenges him out, and Khan this time manages to juke out the goalie and get the dunk. A bit of a just unable to get that disc out of their zone, and Khan doing a great job of getting those rebounds to keep the pressure on and finally get some points in the
Yeah, we got punished there.
it added into to their lead already.
A very sneaky move at the end there too, and nicely done, as you mentioned, the duck and kind of let go of the
Okay, nice,
disc
catch
just to
that.
trick out the defender,
Goes an
freeze
open
them out a
pass back
little
to
bit, and
Toasty.
enable that shot to go.
Oh,
So they're
Mix is
down by
down there
4.
too. Gio, walk it in.
Is going to roll it
Nice.
right into
Oh,
the
Gio
goal,
just fucking
coast
walked
to
it in.
coast. So talk about
Shit, Gio.
geography. I mean, uncontested on that one. Then they don't crack into that goose egg, and now they've got their first 2 points for Rebrand.
Cutting the lead in half, the risk of having such a small lead as you get deeper into these rounds
Halfway
is
through the
that
match.
it can easily be
Okay.
cut in half. It can
Alright,
easily
Mix.
come back. It's easy to come back. Right now, it's only a 1-goal lead, and so all Rebrand have to do here is
Okay,
just
be
get
careful,
possession
Hobo.
and try and
Make
attack
change,
it
make
again.
change.
If
Y'all gotta chase him down.
Arsenic
Nice,
can
Toasty.
continue
Fuck
to
him up.
pile on, obviously that's going to be the best
Alright.
situation
Chase
for
it
them. If
down.
they keep
This is where
buying
you gotta
time
regrab.
here like
Nice,
they are
mix and
now,
Toasty
it also
idea.
works out to kind of run the clock
Emphasis
down a
on
little bit.
head.
And they are managing to. I mean, you see here,
Gio,
Khan, they're not
nice,
forcing up
nice.
anything over aggressive. Khan's done such a good
Toasty,
job of
Toasty, what are you
juking
doing?
out
What are you doing, Toasty?
when he's trying to approach up on the goal. And finally,
Okay, now we gotta
past the
pray they don't get
downrange,
it.
Maybe the attack getting set up here.
Watch
Yeah,
out, watch
Khan one
out.
to watch. We'll
Defend it,
watch
defend
this.
it.
It's
Aw.
Snick getting in onto the fun, and they got a 6-point
You guys gotta
to
make
2
it back
advantage.
faster.
And really, yeah, that play in particular, that roll up the floor, that one a little bit slower than the other ones, which is to say they're all positioned and spaced out very well. You got the initial Dusty, that stun on the defender by Khan, the sidestep by Khan, and then finally just passing it all up the floor. Got themselves a good look and good goal. Right back into the offense now for Rebrand, seeing if they can react to
Oh,
instead getting
Gio.
taken back. There's Khan and Sneck on a great stack.
Really nice defensive
Yep.
stack there.
Go
to
back,
get
Toasty.
that,
Go back, Gio.
intercept,
Nice,
and now
nice.
they're right
Chase him
back
down.
onto the attack.
Good shit.
The full force of Rebrand is here though. It's
Nice.
not going to be easy to get away from, and it does result in the full clear down range. Now the disc floating inside the zone. Marcus able to be here to be able to scoop it up and keep this Rebrand offense from setting up inside their zone. He's got to be careful of the pressure that is coming in. A back pass there, a full pass up here. Khan now going to most likely try and juke his way up through
Nice,
the midfield
nice. Get back.
and set up some kind of attack. Man, this is the dodge, the stack as he pushes
Watch out
up,
for
and he's doing
passes.
great work
Nice.
to avoid the pressure that is getting thrown at him from
Shit.
Rebrand.
Yeah, and a quick shout out as well to
Nice
Glove,
mix. Mix with the
Pondstream,
fucking headbutt,
Pangolin,
dude.
Poggin
job,
Walls,
bro.
Echo,
Chase
Nadash,
that down.
and Alan Slayer. Citrus
That's
as
all yours,
well.
that's all
Let's
yours.
see, they're gonna
Nice,
treat themselves
Gio.
to some vitamin. I wish it was a 3, so I could have said vitamin 3. But nonetheless, it's Gio's, and with the Fury.
Gio.
right back into a 1-point lead. Rebrand doing a really good job of keeping this thing close, and I want to see what kind of defensive attack we get here out of this Rebrand team. If they're gonna come out from this midfield, yeah, there it is. That quick stack, aggressive, tries to get some aggressive in the face sort of defense to that QB, but ultimately they are able to get through.
Good job, good job.
Can't quite get their hands on this as this quick stack from Rebrand really doing some good work there in the midfield and ultimately getting
that's all yours. Cleared out your red.
hands of their team.
Nice.
That's right, Wit, in the chat there. What? Are you saying it's not a Fury? What?
Should be yours. Your red. Nice.
Top, they could actually tie it up here if they get it going. They had the
just kidding.
pass up
Love
to
you,
potentially
Mix.
the nest, but
Fat
just
bastard.
missing the grab, so that will allow 3 different defenders a chance to recover. They're trying to boost down the floor, just beyond the reach. Then coming out of the stun, there's Schnoz with a tap off into the tunnel. Now trying to look for their grabs if they can.
Get back, Hobo.
Wise move for sure. Mix still another recovery, and now a little bit dangerous because the goal is going to be open. Of course, though, with all the brawls happening at midfield, there's still enough time for Arsenic to recover and maybe even deliver off this stack.
Oh shit.
The rebound, a 2-on-1 backboard, and 8-4. Those were some nice moves and predicated off the speed to get them there before the defense could even react.
Hobo nearly read that. You watched that he does reach back behind him to try and snag that bounce off the backboard, and it just goes a bit to his right there, just out of his reach. So a near defensive grab from the likes of Hobo, but can't quite get his hands on it. And now they're going to have to attack. They have to score 2 goals quickly. Couple of 2s is what they need, because it is a 2-goal lead right now. And all that Arsenic have to do is just buy time to secure round 1.
Yeah, and more time that gets wasted here in the midfield, the worse off it's going to be for a comeback here on Rebrand's side. They still have a little bit of time, but they basically need to get this right about now. They do, but they give it up, and maybe some ice if that deep heave goes in. A rebound will be had, though, by a Hobo as well as Mix, and gets it past Schnoz, trying to clear. 30 seconds, less than that, in fact. Mr. Marcus with the disc, and even if they don't score here, just all this time wasted is enough, I think, to take this first round.
Alright, good job, boys. We did
good. Though, from both of these teams, you know. Khan getting fancy too at the end of round 1. He tried. That's the move that was disrupted earlier by Hobo, but finds success with it there as he threads through a few defenders.
You know what that was?
To find himself another 2, and that was nice.
Yeah, doing some spins, granted physically as opposed to using the control sticks, but spinning around, I can call him Connemara Chaos. Yeah, maybe. Either way, though, causing some chaos for sure in there. Went to it a few times. We saw it, as you mentioned. Lost it once. Had another kind of crafty move, ducked below goal.
We're doing good. These are like diamond gold
doing some work, and not only doing some.
We're doing good.
Work, but doing it with some style.
Ow! Fuck! I just hit my knee on the table.
Definitely a key element to the likes of the Arsenic team, and we'll see what. Man. Rebrand were so close there throughout the majority of this round. You know, they kept things tight. Hobo throwing up some great defensive saves in goal, and they had really good flashes of this quick stack that was disrupting in defense, and then ultimately getting this possession and clearing it down, and then quickly attacking. You know, with the stack and clear, it was nicely done, and it didn't happen throughout the entirety of round 1, but it was coming together there at the end of it. Maybe they can kind of transfer some of that momentum, some of that speed that they had at the end of round 1 into the entirety of this round 2. I never count out a team that's lost that close. They certainly have proved that they can snag around, so we'll see what happens. I think we do.
We got juked.
A false start.
All right, boys. Fuck them up.
Yeah, timeout just before the buzzer went out. So, you know, teams aren't allowed to do that. Certainly between rounds. Not sure what the pause was or wasn't for, but we shall see. Maybe it was a mispress. I'm not sure. Just waiting for one person probably to get back from taking a swig of water. I see that happen from time to time. But with that, we're back in it. It looks like anyway, and. Assuming both teams here are lined up for their joust. And round 2 coming back at it, Rebrand. Seeing if they can indeed rebrand and
nice boys. K Toasty, that's you.
Claim the second round, force a third, and would be the great way to end these streams here on this block, as it will be Toasty Beans with a chance
back
to start off
strong.
Mentioning that there's Geo, but missing a pass.
I love that
Okay,
play that Rebrand
Toasty.
comes in there with all
Get
sitting
that.
down
Next
on the
chasing you
floor,
down. Get
trying
open.
to attack from the
Nice.
bottom
Down to
of the zone. They
Mix.
can't quite get the
Is
pass
he
that
gonna
they need.
get it
Now
in?
they shift up to the upper half of the
Nice
zone. There's
Mix.
It's
Nice.
a really nice cross shot there as he fades through the middle of the zone and finds himself two.
Yeah, those counter momentum shots are not all that easy to do, but definitely you know, up close and managed to put in just enough behind it to squeeze it into the goal and past the defender. And that's the way they wanted to start. There you go. You wipe off the pains of yester round, and just start off strong with a by putting the team who just won there, Arsenic, making them, you know, have to react and making them putting them on their heels for a change. And that's exactly what you want to do. Don't allow them to continue building on that rhythm they started getting in that last half of round one, especially as that nearly goes in off the clear.
That would have been a nice little 3-point boost to their
Nice
lead,
mix.
but either way, they
Gonna
still
bounce
managed
it.
to
Oh
hold on
shit.
to the
Oh,
disc.
to Gio. To
An
Gio.
interesting
Let's
pass
go,
there,
Gio.
right into the hands of Gios, who fires it down for two. Now it's a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, right place, right time. Nice touch there.
Nice.
Just from above, kind of turning into the goal, and with that, an even better start for them. And Gio, both of these first couple goals as launching out is Arsenic, trying not to give up a third in a row, because that is where, as I mentioned, I feel like 3 in a row is where the
Nice
real momentum
train,
shifts
dude.
happen for teams.
Yeah, and this aggressive
go back to
stack
his
has
con.
been doing great.
Con
It's
looks
exactly
back.
what I talked
Oh,
about
Mix,
that was
go.
working for them at the
Go,
end of
Mix.
round
Fuck it up.
one.
Fuck it up,
And here's
Mix.
a three-point
Oh.
shot that goes just a bit high, bounces off the shield. But this Rebrand team coming into this round 2 looking
Nice.
solid right now. The question is, can they keep this sort of speed
Oh.
up for another 7.5 minutes?
That could have been a
Certainly
good pass.
not
Nice try,
easy
guys.
to play quick for that
Fucking
long.
Con keeps stunning.
It's an athletic sport, you know, this
Oh,
game,
shit.
really, it's the throwing, the movement, all of it. It's a lot to be doing over the course of 30 minutes. So we'll see.
Oh
if they
god,
can
watch out, watch out!
Keep that
Ah.
pace going as Arsenic try and bounce back with a shot out of their own, cutting the lead in half.
Nice try, nice try.
Nice passing as well. Across, in front to back, and then right into the goal. So gotta love that. Get themselves the first 2 points. That's the fundamentals are fundamentals for a reason. That's a great way to break any kind of seal and get it done the right way. As now will be the first offensive joust for Rebrand, and maybe not turns into an offensive joust for Arsenic instead.
Fuck, guys.
Bit of miscommunication there on who was going to be goalie. Everyone rolling out to get the pass and nobody ultimately taking it. An unfortunate mistake that does result in 3 nonetheless. So they won't let that happen again in the rest of this round. But either way, nicely capitalized on by the likes of
Alright,
Arsenic.
Elbow.
And now the rollout going to come in here. You can see trying to mimic that aggressive stack that they were being shown from
nice
the likes
try.
of Rebrand.
It's gonna bounce back to
Time
Gio.
Rebrand
Stun him,
again,
stun
try
him.
and set up for an attack. The stun doesn't come in. And
Mix,
the
go
clear
back
is,
to Gio.
able
Oh,
to get
fuck,
put
Con's
out.
upside
Con
down again.
snags it. Now he's going to try and work his way to the midfield.
Oh, but a
Nice
big grab
mix.
there from Mix,
Get the
and now checking it
three-pointer.
out.
Oh.
But dinging, tough miss there for sure, but
Dingers.
still gotta love that defensive play. The important thing is, despite again mistakes, every team makes them. It's about how you react and recover. So, despite the fact that their momentum was a bit stalled and nothing else went the reverse way, thanks to back-to-back goals from Arsenic,
Shit.
it's
Nice
gonna be checked there by
Toasty.
Toasty Beans
Toasty,
and exporting
OP goal.
it to the opposite side on a clear.
Best goal.
Clear at that. Nearly goes in off that side bounce. The stack is here to
Toasty.
intercept the disc. Maybe they can get something
Go
going here.
Toasty.
This is an
Go
open goal,
Toasty.
3
Fuck it up,
opportunities to
Gio.
pass
Fuck
from
it
the
up,
bottom of
Gio.
the zone. They're going to go for the 2 instead. They want to lock in
Nice, Gio.
this goal and make sure it doesn't go wide when they have that opportunity. Now their lead is there, but it's only 1 point.
Yeah, good way to react and get back in the scoreboard, and off of a save as well. So both parts of that play, you get a save, but what do you do after? Well, you want to do that. It's a tough thing to do, but you want to do that because you don't want to have to defend multiple times, possessions in a row. So when you can capitalize on saves, you get your boost going
Shit.
efficiently.
Hobo, get
that's
back.
gonna get you some
Get
good
back,
opportunities.
Hobo.
That's a great opportunity for a
What is
3-point
Hobo doing?
shot, perhaps, as it will be off. And now the goalie back into the goal, and in the trap, rebounded by Con. Arsenic down by
Nice,
1.
Gio, go.
Halfway through round
Here,
2.
watch out.
Con
fuck.
just caught sleeping there a little bit. He was looking for the pass, the setup, and the stack there disrupts him. Still, the disc able to
Come on,
stay
pressure,
into the
pressure.
hands of Arsenic, though, and they are going to be passing inside this Rebrand zone as they work themselves up to the outer
Good.
bubble, trying to attack. A good bit of stunning there. Con nearly sets himself up for a 2, but the stun coming
Nice.
in from the defense, the full clear.
Hold
coming in.
on.
It's
Oh, shit.
off the edge. That nearly went in. That would have been a nice little boost to the likes of Rebrand's score, but instead it's going to be Rebrand with dispossession inside Arsenic's zone.
Even from my sideline angle, the moment that release out the hand, I felt it was good. So it was so close, narrowly missing. That would have been a gigantic momentum boost and a huge highlight play for sure. Now needing to get back into the defensive end of things and contest these stacks coming in. There's 3 players, so now a big stun. The defense out of sorts here, out of position, and trying to take advantage of that was Schnoz, but being pounced on by a bunch of defenders at that point, and will be regathered with less than 4 minutes left. 1 point advantage going to Rebrand, but I mean, it's pretty much anyone's round here. Certainly Rebrand hoping to see the third as they back it out, but just missing is Arsenic on the offense.
Boys. We just gotta hold this 1 point.
Gio with a deep shot. That's Gio fired off, didn't he?
Gio! You
Jeez,
fucking
I can't
bloody
believe
legend,
Gio's
dude. You're
just
fucking
threaded that
crazy.
in. I just kind of got lost watching it as they were floating that disc in the midfield, vying for it. It was a great steal that gets scooped up, and then to go for that 3. I mean, we saw them go for that 2 when they had that open goal 3, and they didn't want to go for it because it is risky. They're hard to make, but instead, you know, that time the confidence in the bones of Rebrand as they sink in. A 3 shot comes in. Hobo able to scoop that up before it even gets inside the bubble. Tries to clear it out, but the stack's sitting back here waiting to grab
Bouncing
it.
back. That's you, Hobo.
Pushes
Nice.
into the zone again, but Hobo
Bounce it
waiting
up.
and
Nah,
ready
oh shit.
for those shots on goal. And the disc just getting bounced back and forth inside
Come on.
the Rebrand zone. Here's the attack. A great cross
What
pass.
the
is
fuck was
Khan.
that?
Dukes the dive and sinks it in for 2.
Yeah, Khan putting in some style. Talk about confidence. Well, puts the Khan in confidence. But that being said, when I think they got to be careful because when it works, it's great. But when you're coming up from a position of playing from behind, which they have been in this round, a couple different junctures, if you're putting in that kind of steez and it ends up not paying off for you, that can throw you into a deeper hole. That can get teams a chance to come back, right? So it's those situations where you do have to be careful with exactly how far you press it. Otherwise, you know, it just gives those windows, and Rebrand so far has taken those windows opportunity to really establish themselves in this round, and looking good still yet for a third one. Of course, with 2.5 minutes left, it's completely within reach for Arsenic to cause kind of contextually an upset in this round. But you know, we saw what they did in the first one. It was 10 to 4. This one kind of hitting a bit of a higher pace off of a brief timeout, and Joust going to Rebrand now.
I think that was a tactical timeout really from Rebrand. They seem to be kind of regathering themselves a little bit, readied up, and they're now going to go in for the attack after a bit of a tough, loss on that
Who
last
scored us on
goal.
TikTok?
And now the offensive Joust getting squandered a bit as Schnoz
Oh,
able
yeah,
to
Khan
grab
scored,
it and
right?
instantly lead
Okay,
into
yeah.
another attack. Hobo's here to defend, but he goes a bit wild on the Geo, able to stun out Khan from really being a threat, and he's here
All
to
right,
be able
Hobo.
to scoop this up and eventually clear it down range. He gets past actually the full force of this offense that is surrounding him. Toasty tries to
Snap's
get up
got
and
it.
disrupt.
Nice.
The defense is here, the
Shit.
path to Khan, and Khan sinks it in for another 2. A great attack, and now we're all tied up with, what, 1 minute and 45 left on the clock.
Oh yeah, that was excellence of execution. Look at that. That pass threaded a needle through a couple of diving defenders outside the bubble. Hit the right cutter. Khan was able to get that. I think for Rebrand, maybe the only difference I'd mention, because it was a longer pass, may have been diveable. May have been a diveable one.
Oh, you're red.
That said, that was just wonderfully executed, and now maybe a chance for a lead right back, but missing on that shot was Khan. Still rebounding, though, is Snack, and couldn't get the goal either, as it does bounce outside the bubble to Mix and Rebrand, and now they'll be back at the offense, perhaps.
That was a couple of 3 opportunities there that went just a touch wide. That would have really been a good time to sink something like that in with such limited time left on the clock. A 3 is practically a 2-goal lead. There's the backboard shot. That goes just a bit low. Not quite enough.
Get him,
quite the
Gio.
right
Dive
angle
for
to
that
sink
shit, bro.
it in.
Nice,
Another
nice.
shot that goes maybe without enough velocity.
Mix, get on
Floats
Gio,
into
Mix,
the
get on
hands of
Gio.
Mix. Now the full clear coming down. We're getting into danger time here with 45 seconds left. You don't want the disc in your zone if you're on either one of these teams. It does look like Arsenic do
Come
have
on,
some
come on, come on.
control as he tries to get around.
Toshi,
Khan
fuck.
actually drops disc, and now the pass goes just a bit wide. It was coming in from the back clear, and it's floating around inside the zone of Rebrand. Schnoz nearly grabs it. 25 seconds left on the clock.
Well done from both
Fuck,
those
we done
players
it,
there,
OT.
getting the leech on each other, one after the other as well. I'm seeing some smart things at Mixed. You know, Mixed have been kind of eyeing in the last minute or so. Positioned very well, diving well. See if they can get this goal. They can force around 3 with a collection, having trouble wrangling the disc, but the perfect
Gio, go
pass,
Gio!
and finish
No!
right there. So maybe an
Fuck.
OT in the way unless a miracle happens right about now, trying to hand it off to the bow tie. It's not there, and it will be a tie, so OT, Nightfire on the way.
I always love me a little bit of overtime, okay? I got no complaints here, but wow, what a close attack. They almost locked that in. Hey, that was nearly the series there, but instead it's going to be overtime. We'll see who wins the joust.
Nice,
All right,
nice.
well, butted out of there. This is going to be much more
Where's the
stressful. I'm
recovery?
sure, for
Oh, fuck,
Rebrand
Mix.
than they had intended, but trying to get it done. They do win the headbutt, but unfortunately it's Khan for Arsenic, who ends up with a disc by the conclusion of that joust, and now just backing it out to Mr. Marcus.
Just playing
And
slow.
Marcus right down the lane, already well prepared with a pass. They have another one there. What a snag from Mix. Called it out, and
Mix,
indeed some stellar
fuck.
defensive play yet again from Mix off of what was otherwise going to be a
Hey, they
great cross pass
complimenting
into
you,
a
Mix. How do you
potential
feel,
shot
bro?
on goal. So Toasty Beans now with it for Rebrand, and a chance to maybe
Come
take
on,
this
come on.
win with a handoff play
Let's
to
go, let's go, Mix.
And
Let's
Mix
go,
and Mix
let's
up
go.
going to a third.
Let's go, boys. We did it. We won OT.
Wow.
We won OT. We won
What
second
a-
round. Let's
a
fucking go,
great
boys.
attack there, and you saw the strategy that
Holy
was coming
shit.
in from the likes of Arsenic, and it was to buy some time. They wanted to push the clock down a little bit, really force out that full, offense to come all the way to them inside their zone, and then they tried to quick pass up all the way through the
Rebrand,
midfield.
you
That
fucking
last
did it, dude.
pass
You
was
did it,
their
boys.
attack. You know, it was going to be a one-on-one.
We actually
a
pulled that
pass
shit
up
off.
to
You
their
guys are fucking
teammate that was
crazy.
going to result in what could have been the series win, but instead it's just plucked out of the sky by the likes of Mix. And geez, what a great then attack on the goal. The cross passing inside the zone to lock it in.
It was great.
An awesome way to push it to a round 3.
Absolutely. I love the fact that even on that last potential game-winning
Rebrand,
shot at
guys,
the end of
let's fuck 'em up.
regulation, that they, even though they missed it, still perfectly executed pass, and more so, they still came back for Rebrand in overtime, and they executed. They didn't let it get them down. That's always a tough part of sports and competition in general, and they still hunkered down. They got back in it.
Gio.
Let's see, Twitch chat is excited about it. VRML Zora, what's up? Gems, good evening, and good morning, Callan, wherever you are as well. Yeah, and Addicts. There you go. I was telling you Switch, I think, not Twitch, but yeah. Glad to have you in here cheering him on. Pangolin as well. Really
Is
excited
someone
about what we
fucking
just
Addict?
witnessed there, and so am I. Definitely
It's
want to
just
throw an
Atlas with a fucking
MVP of at
X.
least the
What do you
last
mean
few minutes of that
Addicts?
round
What?
to Mix, because just doing both the little and big things in that round to help them pull ahead as we launch into the third.
Okay. Nice Mix. Cleared out. Good clear, buddy. Good. Oh, I take it back.
Have I lulled Nightfire to sleep?
Sorry, I was muted there. And I was just saying, what a great series.
Nice hobo. Nice hobo.
To end
Get
the
that
night
out.
on. You know, it's been such a great back and forth.
Next
It's
year
a
gonna-
silver
yeah.
team nonetheless. This is the middle of the pack.
Colin's got it.
displaying this
Get on
much
his ass,
skill.
boys. Get on his
It's really
fucking ass.
quite impressive.
Interfere,
to have
interfere.
this
Shit.
gorgeous of a display of skill level there as Schnoz finds 2. A great shot that gets an early lead for Arsenic.
Yeah, gorgeous and gorging for that goal. I mean, there was a lot of bodies in there. Somehow found a way to slip the disc into the goal,
Alright, guys.
but not the most easy walk into it. Certainly, when you turn around and suddenly, boom, you're being stunned by 6 or 8 different fists, and yeah, just intense efforts being put through here as the first 2 points does go Arsenic's way, and now Gio will be stunned, and Khan the delivery for maybe just a one-on-one, but
What?
no go.
That was a
Mix
was that
Toasty,
a
get
no
together.
look over the back shot on the backboard shot. I don't know what that was. That would have been wild if that had gone in. But
Shit, you're
either
red.
way,
You're
the
red.
clear
Fuck.
comes in.
Oh.
That backboard shot nearly goes in for the likes of Rebrand, and What was a near clear does again get snagged by the Rebrand midfield, and we'll see if they can set up for a successful attack as they patch the disc around the zone of Arsenic.
Oh.
Yeah, and on that shot, it's kind of as I was getting at earlier, where if you make it, I mean, huge shot, huge momentum building play, highlight play, can get your team feeling super good. But in close situations, close games like this, when they miss, that's when you can be looking back at the VODs later and say, oh, maybe if I just took the slightly easier route and have gotten that, it's one of those plays you look back at later if things end up not working out for you by the end of the match. So it's always a balance for sure, and trying to tread that balance well. Are these teams,
okay,
Rebrand, just spacing out fundamentally and looking
Toasty
for those
to
passes,
mix. Toasty
looking
to
excellent
mix.
with the
Come on,
spacing
bro.
here.
Don't fuck up this pass, please.
Absolutely, the setup here, nice and patient. Despite them being down, they know it's just a goal lead. It's not too
You put
big.
it back on our side.
Easily can come back from a bit of an
You
awkward
blind
back pass
fucking
here,
cunt,
though.
bro.
It does
Come
go
on.
really wide, all
Fuck
the way
Toasty.
down into the zone of Rebrand, and it does allow for an attack to be set up from Arsenic if they can get here in time. They can't. Cleared back down into the Arsenic zone, and looks like they are going to have one here at least to prevent what could have been a stacked shot there on an open goal.
Yeah, Toasty being able to get there and pass it up to Geos, who hands it to the bow tie, liking this passing and spacing once more. There it is, another cut. Khan with some defense, and now forcing Geo into a shot was Sneck off the dive outside the bubble. So great defensive stand there for Arsenic to really pressure despite some great passing from Rebrand. Rebrand trying to refresh, and that's going to bounce actually close to the goal before it's rebounded now by Toasty.
That nearly went in. That could have been a huge three. That could have been a momentum swinger. That would have got them the lead. So maybe they are thirsty for a three. It's not going to be easy to sink in, but again, they're not being overly aggressive. They're being patient with their time. They're trying to get the setup they want.
Nice,
Toasty gets a good pass, and he dives in for two. As the whole defense is really pulled up to the upper half of the zone. So a great bit of work again from the attack of Arsenic, and great passing inside the zone to get them that two and tie it up.
Oh yeah, I'm impressed. I was impressed by the defense, how they addressed it for much of that play, but just kind of whittling down them, down that defense pass by pass, and eventually finding it was Rebrand, and so it was excellent for sure to tie it up in the third round, and wouldn't want to have it any other way in competition, as now it will be Arsenic on a mission for a goal.
Yeah, we're nearly at the halfway mark and we're all tied up. They're trying to set up for an attack, but Geos is there to disrupt. Gets a good snag of the disc and then quickly passes it back to Hobo. Snags it, and now they go on for the full attack through the midfield. Hobo actually leading this time. Normally he's been sitting in the back, allowing his team to get set up in the front. And as I say that,
Nice
he does
mix.
just
Good in a
that.
Toasty.
Allows his team to get set
We'll
up
walk
in
it
the
in.
front.
Fuck,
Gets a
that
nice
works
pass
too.
up, and here comes the attack from Rebrand,
Skis
floating
and
into the
Geo.
zone.
Oh, Snack scored.
Allowed to get too close to the goal and fires in for two. Now they have the lead.
Sneck getting kind of the self goal there, so bouncing off him on off. What
Dude, you made
another
Snack's self
great,
goal. How do you feel?
Passing play executed all the way down the floor. It wasn't speedy. It didn't need to be. It was just precise. And with that, advantage back to Rebrand.
A little bit confused when those shots off of the head come in, or a slap in from
Okay.
the
Good
defense.
chains,
But
good
either way,
chains.
a
Geo,
good, bit
Toasty,
of
go
a
for him,
bounce
bro.
back here from this
Geo,
defense, from this
Toasty, what are you
Arsenic
doing?
team. There's a good cross pass, a beauty
Fuck,
to
dude.
Khan.
Yeah,
Those 2 points instantly squandered. The momentum instantly shifting.
yeah, and credit to them though. They did basically an identical play to what Rebrand was able to do. So worked it up the floor with just some careful, precise passes all the way down that long range, and got them the easy does it goal at the end with a great cross pass. So both these teams now starting to mirror each other here in this round, and trying to prioritize the mentals and the fundamentals, and right now getting stunned there. So Schnaz with a chance at a goal, but there is a goalie way back there, Hobo, just manning that back line, not wanting to allow those long rangers like we saw a couple of earlier on.
Uh-oh, this might be a shot attempt here. Bouncing up, just goes a bit low off the goal there. Doesn't find the right bounce he was looking for, but tried to get something going there off the bottom of the zone. Couldn't quite find it, and now Arsenic setting up for the attack. The pass there over to the likes of Sneck. They're into the 2v1, but the defense is here in time, forces the back pass.
Yeah, kind of got caught in no man's land there and had to send it. That said, sends it back, but a good dive. There it is. I called out the dives earlier and how sometimes you want to try and prioritize that when it's long enough distance. They did, but unfortunately they lose it, conceding it back to
God
Khan.
damn it.
And Khan with another one. Duck, duck. And now the 2-point.
Y'all can't let him do that shit, bro.
Up by 2.
He has just been
Look at his
juking
ducks,
everybody today.
He's bouncing like a
Spin
fucking
moves, the
bouncy
ducks,
castle, bro. Holy shit, why y'all let him do that?
Just wow, what a great dodge of stuns there to get those 2 points. And hey, we're down to the last 3 minutes, 2:45 left on the clock. A 2-point lead, not something you can be comfortable with. So I'm sure Arsenic wanna pile on here. They want to get a few more points if they can. Here comes the attack. The pass goes just a bit wide to Khan. Hobo.
Get that. Don't let Khan have it, please. Just fucking cherry pick Khan.
Yeah,
Like,
knowing
just do
that
something,
the
bro.
teammates there are with him and can just help add to the defensive pressure in the outer edges of the bubble, and they do. So Mix will get the disc eventually. As a result, they have a chance to tie it, take a lead maybe. It's going to be a pass and anchor. Well placed, and it's a tied-up game. Mix to Geos, and they knew exactly where they were going with that play.
Good bit of juking there to work around their one-on-one defenders. A great cross pass right on line, hitting them right in the chest, and then just sinking it in for 2. An excellent setup, an excellent attack. We're into the 2-minute drill, Pally. This is round 3. We're tied up 6 minutes. Have you practiced for these moments? I always wonder.
I'm not even sure that you can really, because there's just no. You can drill
Are
as
we
much as
gonna
you
OT
like,
yet?
but when it comes down to those game time situations,
Yeah.
you can't make artificial adrenaline and stress and those kind of things. I mean, you just gotta be confident in your execution on, you know, the rest of the 8 minutes of a round, right? Your normal play. You have to be confident in your game plan
Let's try
as a whole, and just rely on those
Geo,
fundamentals and
Zero's
rely
toast to get
on
open.
that to push you ahead
Nah,
when
nice
it comes
try,
down to the
Toasty.
stress, where you can't rely on anything but those instincts and the ability to just do what you know you need to. And they will get a grab here to maybe pull ahead by 2, but a little bit of a rush one that will bounce to a rebound from Toasty.
Don't
You
rush
do
it,
see a
boys.
bit of that panic
Actually,
there, a bit
we
of
might
the
need to rush-
urgency
we might
starting to
need to rush
settle
it,
in.
actually.
Some passes going just a touch wide. Some shots maybe not finding their mark as the slap comes in there. Hobo spinning
Hobo,
in the
nice,
midfield,
nice.
ready for that push
Just gonna
down
pass
though.
to
And
Mix.
it's really going to come down to Arsenic working up through the midfield.
No, he's not.
past
Never
this
mind.
Hobo,
Hobo's playing
past
slow
Hobo
right
in
now.
that midfield there to get
Maybe he did pass
themselves
to
up
Mix.
and
Okay.
attack. As I say that, Schnoz, but good intercept. Mix
Come on,
with a
come
good
on.
start. He's coming up
Aw.
the attack. There's a huge steal from Khan. That was nearly a one-on-one setup.
30
Here comes
seconds
a good
left.
clear. 30 seconds left. Schnoz, an open goal 3 opportunity. Can he sink it in? It's a long-range shot. It bounces off and goes just a bit high. So is he able to get here in time? Scoops it up.
Oh, no!
And we're floating around. 20 seconds left. What's going to happen?
Oh, well, first of all, making up for that mistake with a quick boost, so credit to them. That shot is almost in. That's going to bounce with 12 seconds left
shit,
in this one. The
guys.
Stacks once more back on that recovery, but not there quick enough for the grab. So over to Sneck, but Sneck has to be careful because that almighty chain is just up and down the floor. And guess
OT
what? In
again.
the 3rd round, we're going down to sudden death in the last reaches of this game and this stream. What a way to end it. These teams have got to be sweating.
This is it, guys.
Love to see it. Double O. I mean, our second OT of the
Wow.
series here. We had
Holy
one in
shit,
round
guys.
2 to push us
We actually
to
made
this
it this
round
far.
3, and now things very close. Who is going to be the first to score? Who is going to take this series? The next goal determines who's gonna do it as the joust does push the disc into the zone
Okay,
of
Geo
Rebrand.
chase it down, you're
Oh, but
red.
have to be careful.
Aw,
Geo
Schnoz
getting
has it.
stunned by Schnoz. Schnoz actually losing the disc there, releasing it, and Toasty Beans will grab. Now trying to just take a quick breath before finding someone to dish it off to. Now it takes a rugged few bounces into the trap where Khan is able to gather that one again. Manages to stun out Mix before sending it way back to the sideline. But look at how aggressive
Geo.
everyone is being here. Not wanting to give up an inch anywhere in the field, much less the bubble. A soft handoff. Not reaching, but Snack taking it
Not
back
just
and
do that.
into the bubble again.
A minute 20 left of this first OT. Well, it very well could go to more. It's
1
up
minute.
to these teams. It's up to who is going to finally set up for a good
know how
attack.
funny that'd have been if
And
it went
it
in?
looks like Rebrand want to do that with the minute left they have of this overtime. They're trying to get control of the disc and push up through the midfield, but they can't. And now they've pulled a lot of their defense out of the zone.
Holy shit.
They're diving
Guys.
in. Geos dives back here. Hobo is here to respond to double stacks. There the stun nearly comes in from Sneck. The shot goes wide.
Come
the
on.
attack continues to come in.
Get
from
him, Mix,
Arsenic.
go.
50 seconds
Go,
left.
get
Matt
that out,
Mix
get that
able
out.
to clear it out.
Oh, this
Come
is
on.
Wild Night. This is raucous, and let's see what happens there. It's almost a goal.
Oh!
Shooting
Hobo,
goal.
go,
Taken out
go,
back
go,
again. Rebound by Geo.
Let's go! Let's go!
Geo
Let's
has
fucking
won it,
go!
and Rebrand has done it.
To a fantastic series. Rebrand scooped up that disc and fires it in for two, locking it in for the series win. Just
Let's
at the
fucking
tail
go!
end
We
of
did it!
overtime.
We actually fucking did it!
And,
I thought we were
you
gonna
know,
lose.
like I said,
I'm not
couldn't
even-
ask for a
I'm
better
not fucking
round
kidding,
to
guys. I
end
thought
the
we were gonna
Friday
lose.
night series, because geez, that was
Holy
a great
shit.
back and forth.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculously competitive. That was a phenomenal game to watch. And for these teams who, again, this is everyone here watching, all 60 of you are here constantly through the whole stream. I mean, how about that for a stream debut between these teams? We get two overtimes across these 3 rounds, going down to the absolute wire in the thick of things. We're seeing excellent defense. I was super impressed because defense is not an easy thing to nail down because it's so reliant on communication and coordination with your teammates and everyone being exactly where they need to be. But I saw that a lot. Arsenic especially, I was very, very impressed with their defensive communication. For Rebrand, I was very impressed with their offensive initiations and their moves up the floor. I mean, we're seeing things from these silver teams. I remember Twitch chat mentioning, these teams only formed, or at least one of these teams, I believe Rebrand, I think only, just formed in the last month or so. You're seeing very advanced strategies and metas and team play being utilized offensively and defensively, and to do that on your first stream as well with that little extra added oomph and pressure to the mix, both these teams play their hearts out. That was phenomenal to watch. I love that match and exciting.
Yeah. Again, a great way to round out the night. I don't think we have any more matches slotted for the rest of the evening. So yeah, shout out to everyone that's been tuning in throughout the course of
Holy shit, guys,
the
we
night.
did
I
it.
know we've also had some good EU games this afternoon. So if you do want to check those out, you can always head on over to the Echo Arena VRML YouTube, where you can catch the rebroadcast, the stream highlights, the
That's the end of
interviews,
week 9.
Get